Hey everyone, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. We are on cycle 300. Just a reminder, subscribing is free. I do not put any like premieres or notifications, so I don't even think like I force those. So if you subscribe, you're not going to get blasted with notifications, even though I do upload once a day. So we are in here. I have a lot of work for them, which they'll do whenever they need to, but we are here where this is done and ready to go, so we can start putting some polluted water in here now that this is built. And let me just do some check on where my plumbing is. So we're going to get this in for nasty water, and then we can start pumping in pretty much water from anywhere. So you see we have a lot of water here. I think we can get in here and kind of dig this out. That's not going to be great to get in. We can get in here. We will take that algae too. And that gets us down to just slime. We can jump over here. Probably put in a pump here. I think that would be fine. That would get most of that slime taken care of. Or actually, what if we put one there? Yeah, we could put it there, and that'll be fine. We'll dig out some of this. It'll let the rest of this water in here. I'm not going to mop that up yet. I know I probably already gave them... Yeah, I gave them a mop here, and now it doesn't matter. That could be mopped. Trying to see the best way to go in here. I think if we just did that... And I'm kind of taking the opportunity to get some algae as well. Yeah, they should be able to get into there, get all that stuff. That's fine. I don't want that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. They're in suits. They're not going to get that. But I just hate having water that needs to be mopped. And then they're going to get in here and get more. So actually, yeah, I'm going to cancel all that because it's just going to drip right back down on top. Wasted effort for now. So what we're going to do is try to get this started filling up. We can put in another system for a water sieve, and there's our water for our spawn. We're going to try to get some of this carbon dioxide out of here. I mean, it's 6 kilograms, so it's almost never going to be pressurized until we start pumping this out. We will have to watch that, and I think we'll go ahead and put in a gas filter, because I'm okay with dumping out all the CO2. If I put it here, in, out. That would be fine. Let's go to ventilation. If we cut that, we need that. Yeah, we'll end up spilling a little bit. Well, cancel it. We'll move it over just one. There we go. We will put that into there, this into here. That's done. We will cut those two. And since we're already doing this, we'll go ahead and cut those as well. And then we'll get that done. We do have some power needs that we will still need to address. But I think... Iron ore, okay, that's fine. So I think if we do all that, that'll get that addressed. And we'll put all construction for that on like an 8. Just because I need this done. I need that extra power. Okay, so we're in a good spot. We are generating more water. Once we get some of this taken care of, I'm trying to just mess with this to see if I can put some automation in place. Why were you climbing? So they are doing work. We are getting some gold built, and that's fine. They have to still do that one. Still doing this. Okay. And then they're going to build this. So we will need some pipes. And I think, yeah, they'll be able to get through there. Woo. We'll just pump that in. That should be okay. We will need power. We should be able to follow the same path. And then the question is, where do we get the power from? I think we could tie it just into somewhere down here, and that would be fine. Let's see, we have all these being built. They're all in place. We do need to move these over. So we're just gonna deconstruct that. It's gotta go over 1. We screwed the pooch on that. And that's gonna go over 1. So they do have a lot of work to do. This again is the priority. We want this done. We want, oh, they've already built this, so natural gas. And then we need some fresh water. Or any water, really. We'll put in some salt water, I guess. Salt water. That's a lot. We're going to relocate that to in here. Here. And they'll get to it. Good job, PSI, getting to work on that. Once that's not pressurized, it's gonna start like really working its way through. It'll start pumping a lot. We copy these settings down here. They will start working on it. Build in 1 more of those, and I think that makes that done. Then it's just a matter of pumping it to wherever we're going to pump it to, wherever we're going to have the generator working, which could be up here. You know, we can dump it into wherever. And realistically, you know, we have this. We could have like just a little pump wherever this is. We didn't need the batteries here. We could just put a pump here and it would just slowly suck it out, put it in here. But we were going to pump all this out anyway, so we may as well put this to work. That sucks on that hot polluted oxygen vent. Gold amalgam delivery, okay. Okay, so this is ready to go. But I'm going to keep this until we're done. So we need this water emptied. We have a few more tiles that we have to take care of. And then that should start working. I don't have to worry about the gas getting in or out just because of what we have going on here. I guess I could let it work, but... Last one. How much more time do you have? I don't know. So what is the cleaning? Let's get that crap out of there as well. How are we looking on this? We still need that being that completed. We have power. So we have a lot of things that the dupes are working on. I'm trying to focus them. You can see we're making our way here. They need to finish those as well. How'd they do here? Nope, haven't done any of that yet. Iron ore is helpful. Okay, you picked it up, but you didn't empty that. All right, well, that's fine. So we can find some more salt water and probably just move it up there. That's another, yeah, we will put that in here as well. And we'll make that like an 8. So we can turn that back down. So that is working. You can see it clearing up from the CO2. This is working. They just have to move that. So I think we're in a place where we could start pumping that out. We don't really have enough battery juice, but... Alright. Come here, Nathan. Good job. Now we have... Now that's over-pressurized. Let's watch that for a second. No. Hopefully somebody will come down and we'll take care of that. Getting that pole built, that's good. Are they coming down? Yes. Okay. There we go. We had just a little bit too much, so we can relocate that out. Relocate this one out. I don't know why I keep hitting that, and then prioritize that at like an 8. Pipes blocked. Too much water. That's too much liquid. Oh God. Okay. Well, we can deconstruct this. Is that the right way to do that? Let's cancel that. I think maybe we can deconstruct that. How much liquid do we have? 100 kilograms? Okay. Now we can mop this up. Michaela, thank you. And you mopped all of that up. How many? 38 grams. Polluted water. Yeah. 190 kilograms. So this one, we could relocate there. I really wish there was a bottle filler. Max, I can set that. Oh, I could have pulled that down and we wouldn't have needed to do this. I'm gonna have to start looking at the settings then instead to see how much they're doing. So we can put that down to like 1 kilogram capacity. How much does this need for water? It needs 50 kilograms. This needs... Oh no, that's contents. What do I need? 50 kilograms, 75 for a mush bar, which we're not even doing. So we're just doing 50. So I could set this to the max of 50. And that's not bad. Yeah, I could have done that a long time ago. All right, well, lesson learned. We are still learning lessons. This is nice that that's working. I do hate that this pipe is blocked. So if we empty that and put in one more of those, will that work? Wow, that just disappeared. Okay. Kilograms, 3,000 grams. Kilograms. 80 grams. 400 grams of salt water wouldn't be a bad thing. I think that one would be the one. Let's get that done and taken care of. Done and dusted. Okay. We don't have any batteries. That's partly why that's causing issues. Smart battery. Move that over. Move that over. Not enough materials. Wow, we did. We burned through that gold amalgam. Okay, well, that's not that big of a deal. Did I need that liquid pipe? I don't think so. So we'll set that to deconstruct. We We did not get this mesh tile, so we'll get that one set to deconstruct. Polluted water, okay. So yeah, we're going to be able to really make some progress on this. Empty at a 9. Please come do this. We're going to have to clean that up. This is still getting empty. What do we have in here? Natural gas. Just a little bit. Do you have some CO2 still in here? But you can see it's being kind of pulled down. Now it's just natural gas. So you can see the gas elevator worked. And it's going to continue to push that. These aren't mixing, which is part of that problem. Did it overpressurize again? Wow, that 400 grams of salt water just disappeared? Huh. I mean, that's 3 kilograms. Let's try that. Let's see if that does it. That might be too much, but we're going to have to work on it and see. So if we're out of gold amalgam, we have to do a small gold hunt. There's some there. Where else is some easy to get? That'll drip down. That'll drip down ways that we do not want. We can get that. Going that way, if we do that. That's pretty easy to get to. We can just take this for now. We'll cancel that row so they can get all of that. Is there any other that's really, really close that we could grab? We need that for a step. They still haven't gotten up there. The bioscans really take a while, it seems. I've noticed that in the last playthrough as well. Anytime we're asking for a bioscan, they're like, maybe. That's easy to grab, that's easy to grab, that's easy to grab, that's easy. We can take those because that's a short hop. Take that one. We really could empty that out as well. Like this whole thing is full, but I don't want to let that water out just yet. You come in here and grab those. And then take that water down a level. All right, so that's a lot of things for them to work on. So this is dormant, so we don't have to worry about any natural gas right now other than this. We can get all that pumped out if we can get it pumped out. Problem is with finding an area that's not overpressurized, since we do not have plastic still. Empty this puppy. They do love those fire poles though. They can reach those from there. They can reach that from there. Okay, good. They still haven't done those, but it is low priority for me. They did do these though, so now we have this entire area cordoned off. We end up with a little bit of chlorine, a little bit of hydrogen, but that should be okay. Let's check our printing pod, ball millie seeds, operating, research. We want a rancher. I want another rancher. So, and I think we have enough food and enough oxygen, I think, occurring that we could, especially with getting this bomb set up, we can start looking at adding more dupes. And that's what I'm kind of doing here. We're building this up so we can get this pumped out and just have regular oxygen in there. This we can copy the settings on for that. Deconstruct that. I like an 8. Mesh tile, deconstruct that at like an 8. So my settings didn't apply. I think we can just dump it straight on the floor. Well, there we go. So we have a pole going down that side. They will eventually work on this. It's going down really as far as they really need it to go. It doesn't need to go much further than that anyway. So you can see all that got dumped out. Some water. Did that work? No, it's still overpressurized. I don't know if this is going to work either. Probably pushed all of that water off. Yeah. Oh. Okay, well, let's... Oh, no. It worked for about half a second. Is there any plastic I can get from anywhere? Gold is fine, but we need 50 kilograms of plastic. And we have a few areas. That's made out of neutronium. It's just like with this light fixture is made out of steel. It has 50 grams of mass. Unfortunately, I think when we destroy that, we don't get that. So we just do not have the ability for plastic at this moment. That's granite. I've discovered an experiment. Genetic manipulation. I don't know what we would do with that, but that's iron. Is there anything? Yeah, I don't have anywhere where I can steal plastic, I don't think. Neutronium, that's copper ore, not very useful. And I think I need a glossy Draco, I don't know. Let me see what this gives me, any refresher. Eat that. Reed fiber. So yeah, we need a glossy Draco. And that would be really helpful. So maybe we need to start trying to figure out a way to dig that one. Figure out a way for us to breed some glossy Drecos. I think I can do that, and that would be fine. Yeah, 3,000 grams was too much. I need to find like 2,000. That's micrograms. 9 grams. 37. 59. I need like 2,000 grams. Kilograms is too much. 114 kilograms. 870 grams. Let's try that. My other idea is we could probably just take this water and drip it into here. And that might be enough. I know, I'm like probably playing with that to a point that I don't need to. But I still want to try to get the carbon dioxide. Wait. Where did you go? No. Whatever is going on with that. They dropped it off and then tried to steal it. Water. Empty, please. It worked for just a little bit. I think it's just because it's so pressurized. It doesn't really do what it's supposed to do. I think if we can get into here and get all this done now. Let's see. That is done. Oh, it's still... Oh, it did finally work. We're going to be stuck with that little bit of polluted oxygen. But this did work. And I am surprised. I didn't think carbon dioxide was supposed to have slime lung. I thought it was sterile. That's interesting. But that finally did what we wanted it to do. The only thing we can't get rid of is this little bit of polluted oxygen there. That's super interesting though. I wanted to see if that would work, and it does. It works the way I expected it to. And now it finally overpressurized. That's pretty cool. That, I don't know if that's going to go down or not, but I don't think it's going to transfer to the water. I think eventually these will go down, so we are going to deconstruct. I don't think there's any water pipes there. I don't think there's electric. So yeah, we can just deconstruct all here. And then we'll put in that tile and this will be done. Okay. Got some natural gas still floating up. That's okay. So they need to work on this and we need to do a spam. The good thing is that our spams can be blueprinted now. Let's see, use blueprint. That is not a spam. That's not. Hatch farm, hatchery, liquid storage, natural gas storage, steam geyser, which that may be helpful. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so we don't have a spam yet. Pop that open. So we can blueprint at least from here to here. I think if we do that, it at least gets us a start. And we don't have to build it all out from scratch. So here it's just trying to find a place. We have the anti-entropy thermal nullifier here, and we have one here. So that gives us 2 opportunities to dump it out. And I think we could put it, you know, right in like this type of area. That gets us close to water supplies. Or would it be better to come off of this and be like right here? That also allows us to capture some of this hydrogen. What do you all think? I think that's a good place for the spam. Yep, that's where we're going with it. And then that's going to allow us to just come over here. We will put in another airlock. And actually what we'll do is that, we'll cancel that. That'll allow us to go directly into here and start digging this out. And it gives us an easy path down. We can put in more of those, more of these. Ooh, that gets us plastic. I forgot about those ladders. Interesting, okay. Yeah, they're disabled. That's good. We only need one of these pumped up to this. And really, yeah. And then The low is 10, right? Sends a green signal. Red signal when it's charged, green signal when it's less than 10. Maybe we'll bump that up to 20. You know what? I'm going to stick with 10 and we'll see what happens. We'll put one of these in place. I hear that click. I know it's doing what it's supposed to do. Gets water and stuff going down here if need be. How's this looking? I think, oh, there's still just a little bit of CO2 down here. Micrograms. The pipe's blocked. It's never going to vacuum that out. But the pipe is blocked. Oh, because we're not doing it anymore. We were pretty much done with it. 60 degrees. Jesus Christ. That's warm. Okay, so they did do all of that. And that's in place, so we could put that in. Should be able to mop the rest of that up. Yeah, they'll take that. We will mop that up as well when they get into it. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, this is still working. We still haven't lost any of our water. It's still going strong, so that's definitely a good spot for our natural gas generator. So with our plumbing, yeah. Yeah, that'd be fine. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. So there's our water coming in. I love watching the little areas just kind of open up as they're working their way through. I don't need a door for those center ones. I was just thinking about that. If I do this, so this one's built. If we put this in here, did they finish that? Yeah, so this is all finished. There's no more work to be done here. This is close. Now that this is in place, I can deconstruct that. And I could probably just do that with regular tiles. And these are airlocks, so I don't need a second door in there. Because we have an airtight door. slowly working our way through here as well. Who made a mess? Why did you make a mess? Because you're trapped. Because you need to dig that out. And we need to make that out of something else. How's our algae? Not great. Do we have another rancher available? No. 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 I'll take the Joya seeds. We are going to have a mess to clean up. It did not say trapped up here, though. There's our mess. You filthy, you just ran right through the pea. Okay. So they are in here. We can have them start building this up. And now the pressure's low, so we need to get this done pretty quickly. And I'm considering this part of the spawn work because we need this done. That can go back to a 1. Analysis is complete. It is a vacuum. Okay. That's much easier than the automation that I was going to try to figure out. We do need this built pretty quickly, but once they get this one done, then we can just kind of do that in our own time. Gotta do both? Yes, you are. Okay. So we'll make that at 9. So now we have this done. They can come in this way. So now we can start putting our permanent pumps and stuff in place. There's also a little bit of hydrogen, but I think that'll eventually go away. So yeah, we have, ooh, jerk. We have that done. This is, did we get all the CO2 out? No, we may never get all the CO2 out. At least not until we do something with this up here, which will take a while before we can get to that ladder to deconstruct it. So they've done everything they can for this. We'll just dig all of that out. So they can get to here. Will they? If we leave that slime, they can hop up and over. Okay. So we need to get these Drecos in some hydrogen areas, which we have hydrogen that we can utilize however we want. yeah, that's... We have two things that we want to utilize. We get that cool oxygen. The base will be a lot cooler. It's probably warming up some because this is now dormant. And it'll be dormant for 70 cycles. So our next stage is definitely getting this set up for both two things. One, it's going to be self-powering itself for the steam generator. But then it should cool itself. Now, that being said, we need steel, and what is the way to get there? Steel gas. Produced by, so we have iron, we can refine the carbon, we can get lime and the metal refinery. So that is our next thing for that. So lime, then, lime is created with the metal refinery. So we just need a metal refinery and we can pretty much do this. We probably need like maybe two. So I think an industrial brick would be very, very useful. Have these been, they haven't been lullabied, but it is at least working. We do have 5 in here. So this is 8, 8, 7. So we're only 1 short. And this is 5. So we're technically 4 short, which is really, really good. We do need to set up food for them. That's been working okay. So we'll need to put that in place, and we will just snip that for now. So they get that built. We'll have food for them. They're probably at least hungry. Okay, not bad, not bad. We can't go up 1, so we'll end up making 1 more, which will mean I'll reroute this. It'll be, 2 and 2, basically. I guess what would that look like? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we just come in here, and it would be 2 and 2. And is that, that's going out so it can go over eggs. We may need to do some routing, but it's definitely going to come out of here. That goes up. We can do something like that, then turn this one into an egg and the other one into food when we're ready to do that. And I think it'll just swap over easily. We have a spare. We can just copy that setting to there, move that one down. So, yeah. All right. How are we on this? We are making our way to this. Is it more important? No, we have 8 kilograms of water in there. They will build that. All this water. Oh. I do not want to put regular water in there. So we're going to put that across there. They can get down. And we may be able to mop that. So we want to keep that clean, but get that done as well. So our next priority, yeah, is literally all of this. These will have to go in. These. We can put them along here instead. And cut that. That then allows us to utilize that path. So now it's a question of how we get both to go through. Although we do have 2. That's a lot of hydrogen that we're siphoning off. I bet it would be okay. And I almost bet we could run the hydrogen all the way through. Just let it go to each of those. Yeah, we don't... Up and down. What would this look like? That would be the least impactful to the rest of this. It is going to be warm, but at least it's insulated. In fact, we could run it like so. So now we have 2 things there that can jump across some of that. That's fine. We will have to do some mopping up. We're going to have to build some temp shift plates. And then we'll have to build a shelter around here anyway. Kind of keep that ice in there. That's the other thing is, do we really need it insulated? We probably don't. Because I'm okay with the surrounding area still getting some coolness. I don't know that we're going to go metal tile, but we'll go regular tile. That should work. These are all good. Now that this is done, I don't want anybody in or out of either of those. I'm trying to think what makes the most sense if I had to go in or out, which would probably this one. It's the low pressure one. So you can only go in through here, which we don't have any ladders or stuff in here yet anyway. Is there still carbon dioxide? Some, not much. We're looking at 19 micrograms, so that's good. Ventilation, still full. That's okay. We will eventually get all of it out, and once it's just cycling, that'll be fine. Okay, so they're working on all that. We need to get that water out of there into here. Eventually, we'll set up this entire section here, so it'll be working on that. We are still making algae. We're just not doing super great at it. That is still picking up all the stuff. This we can deconstruct. They're not dropping anything off on the side though. We haven't really done much sweeping, so that's understandable. We'll set that up for sweeping just to see. This is going to be polluted water on a 6. What do we do on the other side? Did we give it a priority? Where is it? It's right here. It's a 5. We'll make that a 6 again. I mean, I didn't need to do it on that side that way because we put the docks and everything in here. So that's why it's not right next to it. No sweeping being done just yet. It is pretty low priority. But the base is swept. Much of this is swept. Any of the coal, any of that stuff. Everything on this side can be swept. Do something with all of it. I'm surprised this isn't picking anything up. What is this? We got sandstone, granite. Yeah, it's asking for it. That one can't reach. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. But it'll reach there. And what do we need? Man, copper, cancel that. Just do it out of gold. Yeah, that steam is super hot, but at least they're going in their suits. So that's really good. We can probably... I think if we do that, that would be okay. Copy that. Cancel, no, cancel that entire pump. That gives us an opportunity to put a little sensor here. Do we want that? I think, nah, we don't need to go that deep. I think we're fine going down one for multiple reasons. One of which being they can easily get in and out of here. I don't have to build and rebuild a ladder. We can put the sensor here. That will be okay. I'm going to make this out of gold. There we go. And then here's our water going into this system. That's fine. And we can probably... Let's see. That open spot was what we had. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. Something similar. You can see we have the doors right. We can actually lower that just a hair, but I think I'm fine with where it is. We do need a gas pump. And then you can see where some of that would go. If we do this, let's cancel everything here. For now, We'll cancel that and that. That's actually not a bad position. The only thing we don't really need is this line here. We don't need that. Let's see if we can get rid of the power wires. Any liquid pipes. Buildings. Power wires. Trying to make it a little bit easier. So we do need some gas, some liquid pipes. That's right. We did need some of that. So I'm just going to cancel all of it again. Yeah, we even canceled our old stuff, and that's okay, because I wanted to look at this again. So there is a water pump already there. And you can see it's right, I'm trying to point at my screen. It's right underneath the air pump that's in red. So center of the screen is the water pump. That allows me to repurpose that water, which could make that an entire cooling block. So if we look at this and we leave everything the way it is, we put our water pump in here right next to it. They can get in and out. We won't need this storage necessarily because that was all going away anyway from our other plan. But you can see we started building out some doors. The glass didn't go, but we probably haven't researched the transparent materials, so that's why it didn't allow me to put it in. So we could get rid of some of this. We don't need the water storage there. Because we already have water storage areas. This is all ready to go. Just doing a little cleanup. The steam turbine didn't get put in either because we haven't researched it, so that's fine. Pretty sure we haven't. No. So that's here. So we need the steam turbine. So we got that on research. That's next. And then we'll need the glass from the diamonds. That does give us almost everything we were looking for. We have water in here already, so we may not need to pick any up. Deconstruct. We'll deconstruct all of this. Through here. And then for this one, we'll deconstruct the power wires for now, and the liquid pipes for now. This may or may not work, depending on what we've done. Oh, insufficient resources. So we need some diamond eventually. And do we need any of this up here? I don't think we do. And I don't think we need any of this for now. And we can probably cancel these gas pipes. And cancel these gas pipes. And cancel these power wires. Cancel these liquid pipes. And it looks like we did not get our gas pump in here either. There is wire, so that's fine. The gas pump, though, will be okay. I'll put it up a little bit higher. But we also need to cancel both of... Cancel these buildings. In fact, we can cancel all of that for now. Cancel all of that. This we will have to see. So this goes up and it goes around. This goes in here. That comes out of the steam turbine and it cools itself. Okay. And that's fine. We will deconstruct the liquid pipes there. Those are already set up. Yeah, I think we're good to go to let them start going at that. We will have a lot of... well, until we find lead, that won't be built unless we swap it all out. So one of our things will be exploring the down below, the underworld. Research complete. Yeah, that's fine. Critter starvation. Well, no, you should be fine. Like, there's opportunities to eat. It's not like you don't have any food. Wait, did they already build all that? Holy mackerel. Okay, so if we put that in place, cut that. And then we put that. Copy those settings to here. Copy your settings to there. And copy your settings to there. So that takes care of the food. What is this supposed to be picking up? Igneous and sedimentary rock? Okay. Ooh. Cancel all that. Yikes. I'm surprised we did not have some weird loop. And that's supposed to be going with the eggs. Yeah, I just need this to take on... What? Why is this not... There, it was confused. And that's okay, because now I can cut that and put those together. And why have they not built those? Like, get to it. That'll at least take care of the shipping. We will deconstruct conveyor rails. To there, which means we won't need that, so we can cancel that right there. We can get rid of this bridge. A little bit of cleanup here. Who's trapped? How are you trapped? You can get here. You can't get through there. There's no way through here. No way up and around. No way in from here. That's blocked off. Up here, nothing. Can't get through. How did one of these suits get to the wrong door? How did that happen? How are you trapped? You're trapped because you came in here and then you built this one below? Oh, you made a mess. But that is cycle 310. Regardless of the mess that we have. So they'll take care of that. They're almost done. Do we need more gold amalgam? Probably. There is a lot here. How is that unreachable? Let's see. We have you. Can we move you to here? Yes. We can't move you to any of those places. Okay. We'll just put in one more. That's fine. That will allow them to dig that. There's some gold amalgam for us. They can hop over here, get down. Sure, there. And take some of that. And they'll take all of that. And we will cancel whatever we're doing with those. We'll grow those, you know, whatever we can do. There's some more gold amalgam. That'll be easy to grab. And then we'll just have them build a ladder or two to get up there later. I don't know that they'll be able to make that, but they can come down from there. Yeah, they can get there. So are there any other trap? We do have some stress. Why do we have stress? Probably because, oh, popped eardrums. Where'd you get popped eardrums? From here? So we may end up needing to let a little bit of that out. Which probably the easiest way is to open or pump some out. We may just put in a pump. It's a little more controllable when you have the pump. The water's there. We still have that. That carbon dioxide stayed 20 grams. I am surprised. I didn't think that would ever work out. All right, so we're gonna need some steel. Next time we're gonna need to finish that research. That is fine. We will go ahead and schedule that to be put back in. We may work our way out of this as well. I'm only doing this because I can't decide if I'm going to actually utilize that or not. So we'll just put these in place and we'll see what we end up with, just because it's at a weird level. We could make it higher. You know, the amount of space we use for this isn't going to hurt us. Mostly it'll be a vacuum 90% of the time anyway. This is where our bottom floor was anyhow. So it's just a matter of, this is kind of like a weird waste of space for now. Cool. All right, well, that's where we're going to leave it today, and I will catch you all in the next one. I appreciate you watching. Have a great day.